Glad to have you with us from Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. Saturday afternoon's the perfect setting for a game like this. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
History was made in Starkville, Mississippi. Did you know that Davis Wade Stadium for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State is the second oldest Division I-A campus football stadium, opened in 1914 as Scott Field? The cowbells are clanging every time you visit Starkville, Mississippi. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Gamecocks will kick off first, and here we go. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Mississippi State's offense as they take control of the football first. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country.
Well, this quarterback has to be real careful in this one because he's going up against a defense that has tons of ball hawks on the back end. They take the football away, and David, we've seen that now time and time again this season. The windows close extra quick against these guys because they have speed and everybody's got ball skills.
Discipline, they make you earn everything. So this QB is going to have to say, okay, I can't make the big play all the time. I got to stay patient. I got to be safe. Interested to see if they can run the football and maybe take some of that pressure off, because when you throw against the secondary, bad things tend to happen.
You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Card in the backfield. It's Henderson. There he goes. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one. And the Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Hits inside. It's Wilson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Long way to go on 2nd down. Right side, it's Taylor. Caught, and he's got room. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Wilson on the carry. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out wide left, it's Evans. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. Nice to have the doink work in your favor every now and then, off the left upright and through. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
So South Carolina's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Going up against a secondary that has had its struggles, and he'll look to exploit them in this one. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Throwing, Sellers. Taking a shot on the first play. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quick give. It's Clark. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Sellers from the gun on third down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They'll run it with Wilson. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Sells to fake. Just had to get rid of it.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Just got rid of that one.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. They're all over it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Wilson. Turning it on.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
On the ground, it's Crosby. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw one first. Fires toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
And it doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Gamecocks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Sellers throws to the wideout. Just excellent technique by this receiver, working the sideline, the great footwork to stay in bounds. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Showing the arm strength to the left. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wilson on the carry. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look and you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Throws it back. Rushes on. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Here's Sellers to throw. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Sellers from the gun on third down. Another incompletion on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth and long. Again, it's Sellers. Hauls it in. Not going to make it. And the fourth down gamble backfires. Poor starting field position here for this offense. From the gun, it's Wilson. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Pulls it in. It's Taylor. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Throws it off the RPO. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Hand it to the back. Powers through the defender. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit, and he's going to have to drive this ball into the teeth of the wind. On the return. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Throwing, Sellers. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Under pressure. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Got out of trouble and throws. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Speeding down the left side. Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick-6, Jesse. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Send the tight end in motion. They'll run it with Wilson. Gets away from one. He's got space. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Oh, he dropped the football. He had it right in the middle of the field and just ran before he finished the catch. It'll be 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. Trying to get started. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Sellers. Got his man in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. The 40. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The run inside. It's Clark. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
This defense knew coming in the offense was going to try to test them. They were going to try to take some shots vertically down the field. Defense was ready for that.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down? He'll take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Sellers to throw for it on fourth. Fires to the wideout. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Press center downs going to the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Second and long here. Snap in the shotgun. Gets rid of it. This time he's got his man. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. The ride. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Working the middle, it's complete. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Straight ahead, it's Wilson. Breaks into the open. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Driving forward, it's Wilson. Just smothered on the play. Mississippi State calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, pressure's coming. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We start with the Wyoming Cowboys, taking on the number 21 team, the Northern Illinois Huskies. And it's the Cowboys, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. The win puts them a game over 500 as this group looks to stabilize its season. As we take a look at other action today, check out that notable upset inside the Big 12. Now back to your game in Starkville. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Coming out of the locker room, the Gamecocks head coach told me, he said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. Two solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Makes the grab. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. And they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And this offense is just, they've struggled.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Fourth down, Sellers. Rush right in his face. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. This offense has it with really good field position. Running inside. It's Wilson. There he goes. They get him on the ground. Boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Wilson. Might have a chance. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. Mississippi State lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And that one will put them up here in the second half. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. From the gun. Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the 2-point try. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last.
And he's going to go down at the 1.
There's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Wiggles. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. It'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Play action on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the offense is trying to go bootleg play action that time, but it had no chance because the defensive end won so quickly at the line of scrimmage. He was able to get in the backfield. He smothered the quarterback so fast for a sack.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Henderson. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. We're going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
RPO complete. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down.
It's so hard as a quarterback on 3rd downs when you're getting blitzed and you know you're going to take a shot right in the face as you let this football go, but you still got to stay in there and you've got to deliver it accurately. That's a tough play by the quarterback, but it pays off. They get the first down. Offense stays on the field.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Look out! And down he goes.
In these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushers loose. Go get that QB.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Fires to the middle. Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why
nowhere to go, and now the ball's out. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defensive touchdown.
It's a defense that plays with great effort. You saw it right there. Creating the fumble, jumping on the loose ball for a score. What a momentum-shifting play.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Here's Sellers to throw. Here comes the heat. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Touchdown, Bulldog! And the route is on. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Sellers. They're all over him. Just gets rid of that one.
The offense obviously trailing here in the second half. They're going to have to be able to throw the football effectively to come back in this game, but in order for that to happen, they have got to do a better job up front blocking.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Sellers on the play action. Rushes on. Buried before he complete.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. He turns that loose down the right side. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Sellers under pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time, to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll move the tight end. From the gun on third down, Sellers trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Taylor. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Henderson. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They'll need a bunch on second down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you, because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the fifth time today. My goodness, he unloads on that one. I mean, this guy has some serious guts from its own end zone. They'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Long way to go on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Sellers from the gun on third down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Sellers to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail. Great place to start for this offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Makes one man miss. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Now on first and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. He'll take it himself. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. See if they can get it done on second and goal. Power ahead. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet stick. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to put...
They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Hits inside. It's Wilson. Nifty little juke, and he's out to the 37 before he stopped.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Makes a catch. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wilson on the carry.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting down, so you have to be able to run.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll ride him again. Plows through the defense. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Left side, it's Taylor. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. And now this team has fallen into a 3-game slide, and a season of promise has now had a lot.